Hello, this is Dr. David Wilson. In this video, I'd like to share with you this story of the reversal clinic, how it began. As I think back at those beginning years, I want to go back to my own story first. In the 90s, I had, mainly out of fear, decided to have a vasectomy. We had 4 lovely children, and I wasn't really praying about it, but just made a decision and had the vasectomy. And as I read the scriptures through the years, portions of the scripture would just jump out at me, and I became convinced that the view I'd taken of children was not God's view, that He believed children were a blessing, that He was a life giver. And so in the late 90s, I had my own reversal. At the time of the reversal, under local anesthetic, in the general surgeon's office, and he told me, well, you could do reversals. Well, I was a very busy general surgeon, doing gallbladders, hernias, appendix, that sort of thing. I wasn't interested in learning another procedure. But life went on. It wasn't until about 2004 when I was hearing about the abortion numbers. There were 4,000 a day at that time. I saw it in one source, then just a week or two later, I saw another source. 4,000 a day. And I thought to myself what I thought a few months before that, and that was, I bet those women aren't paying for those abortions. I bet the people I'm doing business with are paying for those abortions. And as I pondered it and thought about it and prayed, at one point I said, Lord, you show me what to do and I'll do it. And for me, my conscience, He did. I wasn't an employee of anyone. I wasn't doing the abortions, but I was an independent provider under contract agreement with provider contracts of different government agencies and insurance companies. Basically would accept their fee schedule to take their patients. I wrote all the companies and I asked them, do you pay for elective abortions? And every last one of them said yes. So I felt like I was basically benefiting from what I consider the murder of the children. And I stopped the contracts, knowing the God who made everything from nothing in 6 days could keep a little doctor's office open if He wanted to, but also knew for some reason if He wanted to shut it down, He had a prime opportunity. And 4 months later, that's what happened. The patient who had a sick gallbladder, he would go down the street to a surgeon that would take his copay. He wasn't going to pay out of pocket with me. After 4 months, I had to shut my door of my general surgery practice, successful practice for 10 years. And I was a surgeon on the street. And I cried out to God, asking, what now? And through a series of events, impressions and prayers, confirmation, scriptures, and circumstances, He led me to one little procedure. And that was vasectomy reversal. It was over 20 years ago. Since then, we've helped thousands and thousands of families. We do our little part, but we believe that children are miracles of God. Scripture says He's the one that opens and closes the womb. The medical part, the babies are fantastic, but we found over the years some people come to us because they're curious. They see God at work in and through their practice, and they have questions. And so we've learned by God's grace to come alongside people and help them to discover God and what God says about life. If they're open, if they're wanting to become friends and have those follow-ups and go on that journey with them. So we believe God's at work at the Reversal Clinic. I wanted to share my story with you, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.